the backbone of America.
I'm here with Keith Ismael, pro NFL veteran. Keith, tell me the transition. I mean, you obviously succeeded in pro sports. Now you've transitioned to the private sector. Yeah. Does the same characteristics to be a pro football player translate into the business environment?
Absolutely. I mean, watching you work when we got to spend time, like that fired me up. It was like a pre-game ritual for me. I
appreciate that.
I was ready to go. So definitely the same. Different suit, same game.
Right.
Different players, but same mentality.
All right, well, let's see if it translates here on the golf course.
All right.
The beautiful thing about golf is that power means nothing out here, you know? It's better to just go slower than it is to whack it incredibly hard, get yourself in trouble.
It took a lot of hours, a lot of days, a lot of years of just like consistent dedication to whatever mission that I created growing up. I don't think it was ever, like I never thought about going to the NFL. Just every single stage of my life, I just wanted to be my best. And so like striving for excellence, but it takes work. You know, growing up in San Francisco, early in my high school career, I didn't have a car or nothing like that. You know, my family, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. And so I had to do it a lot myself. Take the bus, take the train into school. It was an hour commute by bus ride from my house to my school, 2 buses. Then you start, then I started taking the train as I got a little older, more confident, but like having to wake up early before that. I would wake up at 5 a.m. and work out with my pops, take an hour ride into school, work out again during lunch with my teammates, finish school to then take another hour ride back and then go work out at the city college near my house for 2 hours on my technique before then going to finish schoolwork.
Were you one of those confident guys that knew you'd make it someday, or you kind of even surprised yourself along the way?
Definitely surprised myself. I feel like I was not counted out, but the road, the opportunities weren't as many. You know, I was blessed by the staff, John Gamina at Sacred Heart Cathedral, and the rest of the supporting staff to like give me the opportunity to go to the high school that I was able to go to and strive for success. I wasn't even supposed to go to that high school.
Is there anyone along the way, let's say when you were 13, 14, they said, listen, you've got the build, you've got the speed, the capacity, I think you got a shot at this, or was it?
No, I mean, I was always a bigger kid, but like I said, it was like those present moment opportunities that I just tried to take advantage of. You know, when I was in high school, like, I was just lucky to get into the high school that I got into. And then I started to perform better. But my dad was always my hardest critic. He was also my trainer, a big part of my support system. And so for him and I, it was just fine-tuning those little details. We didn't know what it was gonna lead to, but one thing that he made me promise before I started playing the game was that I was gonna do it to my fullest, to my best ability, that I wasn't gonna disrespect anybody that came before me that played the game, anybody that's playing the game now, because it's too hard of a game, too hard of a grind to just do it, sorry, excuse my language, half-ass.
So I like the deals that you've been pitching me, specifically the one you mentioned in the San Francisco area.
Yeah.
On a condo. You know, I like it because it's real estate backed.
Yeah.
Real estate's one of the greatest assets in the world. It holds its value. And if you buy it right and you deal with the right people, I think it's the way to make money long term. Probably, maybe not the fastest way in the world, but it's the most secure, you know?
Good things take time. And I think what's really drawn me to real estate is I like to build stuff. I like to see from the beginning to the end, the development. I mean, I guess being a pro athlete, like that process and routine is something I had to fall in love with. So like being a developer, stepping into that development space has really jogged my interest. And so I think real estate really is the way to go. Most guys, do that. They go single family home, maybe a little multi-family. I wanted to take a big bite though. I like to take big bites, so.
So Keith, what brings you to Miami?
Listen, I live in Arizona. We have some of the best golf and weather all year round, but I'm an island boy. You can't see my tattoos, but I have Samoan heritage on my dad's side. Growing up in California, I enjoy humidity, moisture. There's no moisture in Arizona.
Yeah.
So I can't always be in the desert.
What about business? What brings you down here for that?
Oh man, I mean, #1 networking city in the country at the moment. Brickell's rivaling Manhattan as a center of finance of the United States now. You have ultra high net worth individuals, colleagues of mine like yourself that I've now developed good relationships with. There's a lot of people in the spaces that I'm interested in here.
Yeah,
and
I'm
you can
excited.
meet everybody anywhere at any time.
This is becoming the center of it all, you know, and this is like my career is just taking off, and the center, this is nice, you know.
Looks like we're in the perfect position to capitalize
Yeah,
off
absolutely.
of it. Let me see that swing.
Nice.
Save the par.
This is where the pros must get frustrated, like to almost make it.
Oh man.
Lose a shot because of this.
Nice putt. Just like football, I've had a lot of missed snaps in my career. A lot of missed blocks. Oh!
A little left, right? Just leaning right.
Yeah, it's gonna come down right into the water. The slope of it. Good read. Great speed. Oh my gosh, go in the hole. A lot of guys, they have, a financial advising team in place. I've had my wealth advisors with me since I came in, and a lot of them are really more conservative, right? And so,
Who, the advisors?
yeah, and so they don't really get out of they're out of their own way, right? They don't get creative. But with what you do and how I've watched you work and operate,
Okay.
the efficiency that you operate with, you generate really good, positive, consistent returns.
Yeah.
The problem that wealth advisors will have with their players is they'll be like, well, that's too much risk. They don't know. They want them to just stay within their own money market funds that they have control of.
Their main goal is to conserve and maintain their wealth.
Right.
But again, I mean, how do you go against them wanting to buy exotic cars and, buy a jet or?
So the thing is like those ultra high net worth players, it's the 1% of the 1%. A lot of the other guys, they have consistent careers, but it takes a little bit longer to generate that lump sum cap where they can really have disposable capital to dump it into something that you're doing. Whereas what we talked about before with the commercial triple net lease things, guys are starting to get more hip to that. So it's a safer, more consistent with 20-year leases.
Right.
People, they have more trust in that.
Right.
The guys, when they're buying all these chains and these cars, that's personal. They're not looking at it as investments. Very few guys go into like a luxury car rental service or something like that. They're just buying it just to screw it off, honestly.
Yeah, I just imagine, think about how many 20-year-olds are interested in investing in real estate rather than buying themselves a Lamborghini,
Yeah.
A lot of these pro athletes, they make a lot of money and they go broke. So I know why the managers have gone extra conservative.
Absolutely.
That's in.
That's good.
That's in.
There you go. Oh my gosh, what a shot. Nope. Separates the real ball players from the fake ones. There you go.
Keith,
Yeah.
great game, man.
Oh man, thank
It's been
you.
so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I know you're here for a short period of time, but
Yeah.
I think when you come back, we got another game to play, and
Definitely.
I'm gonna practice my swing in the meantime.
Please, please. And come to Arizona. We have great golf there too.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, man.
The backbone of America.
that was my superpower in the NFL. I wasn't like a big mess talker. I didn't talk a lot of mess. You get fired up a couple times, but I had to figure out how I was gonna win every intricate detail of each play, because I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but I had to be consistent.
The backbone of America.
Yesterday when I was watching the game, I was with some good people. Yeah, like one of the guys used to be like the global director for Merrill Lynch. The GM for the Ritz was with us, and just being able to talk to them and pick their brains. There's another guy, he's in wellness hospitality. He's building stuff in Tulum and El Salvador, and has land in the middle of the country. And he was like, you're gonna have to be here all the time. And I said, that's fine, whatever is necessary. And that's how I conducted my life in football and sports, and how I'm gonna do in business. One thing again, we'll go back to the San Francisco project, but even the Mexico project that I started this with, whatever they need me, wherever they need me, wherever you may need me, I will go. So if that gives my investors and the people that I work with confidence that knowing that I will be boots 2 feet on the ground at the project, I hope that holds weight. I'm not just saying, hey, here it is, and then I shovel it off to 2 people. I'm there because I want to learn how to develop. I want to learn the processes so then we can cut out middlemen. We can do things ourselves.
I'd say, learn a specific trade and make yourself indispensable, you know, because a lot of people can be somewhere, but if they don't have like the know-how, you know, it's like.
But
I think about that all the time for me, like, you know, where's my value, you know, like to people, without the capital, really, what am I? So I always ask myself this, like, you know, what's my value without my capital?
Absolutely.
It's really hard, honestly, to put a finger on it because there's, like, I really don't have certain expertise in one area. I just know a little bit across the board on like all kinds of deals. Like we do trucks, we do construction, we do yachts, we do real estate. Without my capital, I'd have to be a broker. And then to be a broker, not only do you have to have the relationships, but you have to sign up for the banks, make sure they accept you, and then start. I'd have to really start from zero to some extent, meeting the dealers and the representatives that need the financing.
Yeah.
Right now, what I control are the brokers because they come to me for the capital. But without the capital, being a broker, it's really starting from scratch all over, you know. So that's why I have to protect this capital, make sure that I my worst case scenario is a break even.
Yeah.
And just keep doing what I do, and that's what I think, you know.
I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with having knowledge of a bunch of different little things, right? One of my mentors, his specialty is commercial real estate. He's a commercial real estate broker. A powerful piece of advice that he gave me was, like, you can have your hands in a lot of different things, but know when to delegate responsibilities. So even though you might not be a specialist in one area, go find that specialist and create a meaningful relationship with them, right? Have them in your back pocket, someone you can trust that you've done multiple things with, that even though you don't know, they know, in and out, front and back, and you can rely on them. And so I think that piece, right, it allows guys like us that have a lot of interest to, for me at least, not feel too much shame, guilt, or pressure of like, oh man, I can't do this. It takes a village to raise a child, and each project you gotta treat it like that, treat it like a child.
I'll give you an example, a perfect example of what I mean by having a specialty. We're sitting here at the Trump National, right? This property must be worth a good amount of money, but right now it's operating as a golf club.
Yeah.
So the question is, if I wanted to buy this property here in the middle of Doral and put condos on it, you know, I wouldn't want to speculate because I don't know what's the probability that I'm going to make it happen.
Exactly.
But if you would specialize in saying, you know, that's exactly what I do. I take golf courses and I go to the city. I have a track record for doing this.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it puts me at ease where I can say, okay, well now I have I'd say, well, out of the last 10, requests that you made to the city, how many have you made happen? 9 out of 10. I say, okay, there's a 90% chance we can make this happen. Like that's somebody that I couldn't just rely on someone else. You'd say that, like, I'd have to count on you for that specialty, you know? Yeah,
and you got to have the standard, right? A lot of people can say they do this or say they're good at it, but your standard and your level of excellence, right? The metrics that you define success, that determines who you place in those spots, right, to help you grow. But a king is only as powerful as his kingdom. And it comes down to your discernment, it comes down to my discernment. All right. But for me as a young entrepreneur, like, I have to put myself in those spaces. I have to be available. And so we're talking about, you know, making yourself indispensable. At this time, my knowledge, that'll give me value, but I have to go and pursue that. A lot of guys, they get discouraged because now we've spent, you know, a decade in a profession, sports, with no real world business experience. A lot of my friends call me and they're like, I don't know how to do a spreadsheet. I don't know how to write a business email. All my friends, all my family have internships, have resumes. We don't. And so it stops them from then being like, okay, well, let me go pursue that. Some guys, they get out, they continue schoolwork. The good thing, the NFL pays for all further education for the rest of our lives. There's like a cap at the budget per year, but you can pay for courses and classes and get a master's in time. But a lot of guys, they just default back onto what they know, which is ball. So they get into coaching and other things like that. It's a very daunting space.
A lot of the theory that they learn in school, though, it just doesn't.
But we don't go to school to go to school. School to play sports.
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
So a lot of guys, they put that on the back end and they don't actually retain any of the information.
Well, I mean, the lowest risk thing to do is to do exactly what you know how to do, you know?
Right.
And you're good at it, so people, they'd rather they can pay to teach somebody, you know, become a trainer
Yeah.
for a certain position. But unfortunately, that doesn't pay very well, but it's the safest thing you can do, you know?
Absolutely. I
It takes a
don't
leap
like.
of faith to go out and start doing something entrepreneurial and
Yeah. I mean, I'm not putting down anybody that coaches or anything like that. That's not the route that I wanted to take, and it takes an extreme amount of discipline and leadership skills to do that. To lead young men, to lead other people, right? It's an incredible job. But there's things in this world that other things besides sports that I'm interested in, and it's always been like that. Football was always the vessel to get me to where I wanted to go. Just to get me to school, so then I could have a ramp in the rest of life that I can lean back on. I have my degree, I have the experience, I have the discipline, the routine. Like, I went through that process of balancing 2 full-time jobs, sports and school. I was able to grow in that space and explore in a university setting what my interests are.
What's your plan, by the way? What do you intend to specialize in? Like on a day-to-day, walk me through what you do to say, this is what I'm doing to build my business, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in like large-scale development and master planning. I think a lot of the projects that I've embarked on in the beginning have been bigger than most people would maybe take on. Industrial development in Mexico, right? One that's international space, and then like a large-scale development of it's going to be about 200,000 square feet. Like, most people don't do that. Most people my age, guys, nobody in my neighborhood, we were talking about my upbringing, is doing something like that. But something that interests me, and I like to take big shots. We saw it on the golf course. But in life, like, I never wanted somebody to tell me I can't do it. I always strive for at least the highest. If I got there, I got there. If I didn't, then I had to understand and be humble enough to know, like, okay, I'm here in this space. How do I keep going forward? And so I like building things. I played with Legos and Lincoln Logs my whole life, and so I want to continue to learn that. And how I've done that is just putting myself in front of people that are doing that, creating those relationships, finding people who are in large-scale development here in Miami, running funds, right, going through deals like yourself, how to navigate those.
Yeah.
And I'm just here with, a humble heart to learn. I don't want to ask people for money, just their time. If they'll give a kid from San Francisco a chance to learn, that's all I need. It's just one chance. That's all I've ever needed.
Where are you getting your deal flow right now? Just through relationships?
Through relationships, through my network that I've been able to sustain through the NFL. And then as that's come about, we were talking about my uncle, Ronnie, earlier. A great man that knows seemingly everybody, at least here in Miami, but all around the world. And he's seen, his people skills is something that I try to model mine off of. Just honest and integral. That's how he carries himself. And so he's seen that that's how I've tried to carry myself as well. And so he doesn't have a problem with introducing me to his network.
Yeah.
And if you just have a good conversation, you shake a hand or two, and you don't go in it with, any ulterior motives, people want to work with people like that. I mean, you've had experience. The world is crazy. Everybody always wants something. It's hard to find honest people in this world to work with. And if you can, you try to hold on to those.
Yeah. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So your uncle Ronnie, he has a skill for meeting people and having them like him, and like he's just a great guy to get him to meet people that you don't know.
Right.
So I'm very good. We have a niche for financing startups in the commercial trucks and the construction equipment space. So one of the things that I do is, instead of just going to brokers that send me one-off deals, I'd grab Ronnie's skill, and say, look, I have these 5 players in the country that I'd like to get to know. They're the largest truck dealers or the largest brokerages in the country. Take some time to develop a relationship with the owners, with the managers, and then bring me in on the deal, you know?
Absolutely.
I don't have the number one, the time or the skill really to kind of build a relationship with them, because, you know, some people are just very likable.
Yeah.
And so I'd want a guy like that can introduce me to these people and then let them know what I have to offer, so they don't just see me as just another finance source, you know?
Absolutely.
But as someone that was introduced to them, they want to help me out because we're friends, you know? But I don't think I've ever met anyone like Ronnie, honestly, that is just goes somewhere and is liked by everybody and is like, just has a lot of relations that he can remember the names, they know him, like he makes himself known, you know, when he's in the room.
Absolutely. It's an uncanny talent that I'm trying to model myself after, but it's honestly just he lives with a good moral code. He never tries to hurt anybody. He's never trying to oversell or get under on anybody. All he wants to do is be Ronnie. His authenticity is his greatest asset.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least he was able to be a good person in that day to that person. And that lasts. And so I like to say I'm a young Padawan of his. You know, I mean, he's known me since I was born, and he's been a big facilitator of my growth, especially in learning how to create relationships and networking. He knows everybody, so it's pretty easy. And everybody knows him by first name. You go anywhere in Brickell, Ronnie, the mayor. They call him the mayor. That's a high title for not being the actual mayor of Miami.
The kind of feeling I get when I talk to you is that you're not super competitive, is that you're disciplined.
That's it.
So I don't see like, oh, I'm gonna take you, like, let's do this, like, let's see, like, I see more of like, I'm just like, you do what you want to do, I'm just gonna improve myself, like, you know?
That was my superpower in the NFL. I wasn't like a big mess talker. I didn't talk a lot of mess. You know, you get fired up a couple times, but I had to figure out how I was gonna win every intricate detail of each play, because I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but I had to be consistent.
Yeah.
My consistency would win more than not, right? More than my physical inability. And I would put myself in the best situations, the best technique possible, and that allowed me sustained success for sure. That was always a positive trait that teams came back feedback-wise, is that I was pretty consistent throughout my career. Yeah, I had to be.
Yeah, I'm competitive in a totally different way.
Yeah.
I just like to win, honestly. Like, I'm, you know, it's weird. It's like we're playing golf. You just want to beat your last score. I just want to beat the player. Like, it doesn't matter if I did way worse than I did last time. I just want to win today, you know. I'm just thinking about today, you know. Today, that's what I'm thinking of.
I understand. Yeah, I mean,
that's the way I grew up with my dad, and it's like, well, it's okay, you know.
Playing center, where I had a lot of responsibility in terms of directing the offense. All right, there's elite quarterbacks throughout the years that, like Tom Brady, for example, you could hear him calling out linebackers, the mic point for the offensive line. It makes their job a lot easier. But a lot of the offenses I was in, they put a lot of responsibility on the center to make those calls, to flip protections, to make adjustments. And so I have basically 10 other people relying on me at all times. I have to get the offensive line set, the tight end set, make sure the quarterback trusts me that his protection is going to be going the right way so that he can throw the ball and make the decision. And so I couldn't get out of my character. I couldn't get flustered. I couldn't have emotional highs or lows. I had to be decisive, singular focused on exactly the assignment of that play, because then I had to make sure they were on point, everybody else was on point, then snap the ball, then block, and then do it all over again. So if you're talking to me, I'm not listening. I got way too many other things that I'm worried about. Your emotional banter or your tricks trying to get in my head.